Good evening, guys. Welcome to Ritual Mindset Tarot. This is Abigail. I am your local, well, maybe not local, but one of your friendly tarot and oracle readers here on YouTube. I have been watching tarot for a few years now, sometimes obsessively, but I've gotten used to controlling that. So I've actually read tarot and oracle for a few years on and off. The first time I got into it was because I got a reading from this lady who predicted something big within my life, and it came true. So she was actually using a regular deck of cards. She only spoke Spanish. I believe she was into Santeria, but that's another, I'll tell that story another time. But it's been a long journey of developing my own intuitive skills and gifts that run in my family. I believe mainly on my mother's side, but it could be both. So this is my first pick a card reading for 2025. I have been playing around with my setup, and I am reading next to my Christmas tree, which is on the left side, and I'm sharing it with my tarot table over here. They're both magical and spiritual, so it's appropriate. And I'm also using a new microphone that was gifted to me by my parents during my birthday. It has a boom, so I'm not used to speaking with a microphone in front of my, like to the side of my face. I used to just have it on the table, but this may actually be a little bit more, a better sound, better experience for you. So in today's pick a card reading, I was hoping to just do 3 piles to see the energies within the next 3 weeks or the remaining month of January 2025. So I'm gonna use a mix of tarot and also oracle cards. So I was actually just 3 of swords under the deck. I was making a little practice video, a warm-up video is what I should say, and I was saying how I have so many tarot decks, or decks in general of oracles, that I don't even get to use some of them. So I tend to stick to the ones that are on the table. And I'd like to this year just incorporate a few more of my other decks and put them into circulation, because I'm a big believer it can be a tarot deck. They have all 72 cards, but because there's a different aesthetic and different interpretation of each card with the design, it really does enhance the reading itself, and my intuition tends to pick up on certain things in the symbology that helps with my interpretation of the reading. So I'm just gonna move over my ashtray, and I will start off with a tarot. Like, we'll do 3 different tarot decks for each pile. So we'll do 3 piles. This is the Rider-Waite traditional deck, my favorite. I do not read reversals. I believe that the surrounding cards around them help to give me the meaning. So I don't believe that if something is upside down, then that means that it's the opposite of it. I do not believe that, and that's not how I read. So you can skip ahead. I will link the timestamps below, but for now I'm going to start to shuffle out the cards for each pile. This is pile 1. Actually, pause. I'm getting ahead of myself, so I'm gonna just connect with my spirit guides, my ancestors, the divine, so that I may ask for protection and guidance during this card reading session, and ground myself. This is Florida water. This is running out. This is actually a room deodor, air freshener and room deodorizer, and I've been using it as like use on myself. I don't think that's good, but I'm ordering some more. It's running out, but I love Florida water. So pile 1. Energies for January 2025 for the remaining month of January 2025. January 2025 energies. We'll do 3 tarot cards for each pile. I saw this when I was shuffling. Energies for January 2025. Pick a card reading, pile 1. What are the energies for the remaining? Oh, just this, which was on the bottom of the deck, but we'll go into it. 10 of Pentacles. Great. Well, I guess we'll do, you know what? We'll do each pile separately. So we'll take this. We'll do 1 oracle card from each deck. January 2025 energies. You know what? We'll do 2. We'll do 2. This one I'm guided to do 2 of these. Oop. Okay, 1 more. January 2025 energies. January 2025 energies for pile 1. Oop, too many. Energies for January 2025 for pile 1. Energies for... There we go. Again, I don't read reversals for oracles either. This is one of my favorite oracle decks. It's called Sacred Symbols Oracle. It's by Marcella Kroll. She knows her stuff. And this is one of my favorites. It's my go-to almost always for almost all of my readings. It's very simple in a sense that the symbols themselves are just, a symbol drawn with a word attached to it, but it's so accurate. So we'll get 2 of these as well, and then I don't know if I'm gonna do, yeah, we'll do 1 more deck after that, 1 more oracle deck, just so I could do, yeah, 3 oracle decks and 1 tarot card. Pile 1, January 2025 energies. Pile 1. January 2025 energies for pile 1. It's shuffling weird. So sometimes I can actually feel the energy of when I'm shuffling. Sometimes it's easier to shuffle, and then sometimes like the cards kind of stick together, not because of like the actual material, but energetically I noticed that. And these are like a little bit harder to shuffle. Not the cards themselves, but energetically right now. Pile 1. January 2025 energies. I'm gonna one card fell. I don't know if I'm gonna. Whew. Okay, to pick it up. I'm not gonna pick that one. January 2025 energies. Pile one. One more. January 2025. There's two. If I could please have just one more. 2025. January 2025 energies for pile one. Just moving my mic, sorry. Nice. Boundaries. What was on the bottom of this one? Patience. Sorry about that. I'm still getting used to having a microphone here. And then what is the name of this? This is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid. She's known for a lot of her Oracle decks, and this also is, I love the images. You know what's interesting? The Justice card was on the bottom of one of the tarot decks, and this one has always reminded me of the Justice card with the scales and balance. So we're going to get two of these for each pile. So for pile one, I knock on my cards to kind of balance the energy out of cleanse the energy of each deck. Two cards for January 2025, pile one. Pile one, January 2025. Boom, same card. January 20. A lot fell. So I'm actually. So I wasn't going to use this deck, which is known as the Island Wellness Time deck, but Twin Flames and Wedding Rings came out. So some of you in pile one may be dealing with some sort of soul connection, if you believe it, and Twin Flame, if you subscribe to that. And something with partnerships and relationships are going to be highlighted this month. So I'm going to put those back because I'm not using that deck, but I like to acknowledge it. It's very interesting that those fell out. They were knocked by the cards that flew off the table. January. One more. Thank you. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, this is pile one. We're going to start off with a tarot first. And then we'll go to, yeah. So we'll do pile two next. Yeah, we'll use a different deck for each pile. So this tarot deck, I actually bought from a yard sale nearby, and it was not complete. The only card that it was missing was the Nine of Cups, and I was able to find a replacement card on Etsy. So now this is the full deck, and this was created in 1986, the year that I was born, and the Nine of Cups was the card that was missing. I actually am life path number 9, born on the 9th, and my name number is also equivalent to 9. So 9 has been a very big number in my life. I used to work on the 9th floor at my first job. It's a lot. So I forgot the name of this deck, but it's by Trisha Newell from 1986, and I I thought it was a cute deck, and I love that I found it at a yard sale. It was hidden in a basket around all these knickknacks, and it was that the lady that was holding the yard sale had no idea about it, but she gave me a good deal for it for like a few dollars, and I took it. It's vintage. It's vintage. Okay, so this is for pile 2. This is the deck that I'll be using for pile 2. Justice keeps showing up, even in this deck. I find that interesting. So that may be an energy that's big in the collective consciousness. So there's a lot of people that are dealing with justice. Has to do with balancing out and karmic justice. Balancing out the scales, truths being revealed, because Lady Justice is holding the sword of truth, right? She's blind, and it just comes down to being fair and balanced. So anything that is imbalanced or has been imbalanced, or anything that has been hidden, or any wrongs are going to be righted, or dealing with that. Either you are paying or learning your karmic lesson, or somebody's doing that for you. So this is pile 2. Pile 2. January 2025 energies. 2 more cards. Pile 2, January 2025 energies. January 2025 energies for pile 2. January 2025 energies for pile 2. So I'm just gonna, 2 fell out, but I'm just gonna take that one. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. January 2025. January 2025 energies for pile 2. One more. January 2025 energies for pile 2. Action. January 2025 energies. Oh, 2 came up. Perfect. Failed. Like I said before with Lady Justice, she's blindfolded. January. Okay, 2. Perfect. Bottom of deck is peace. So now pile 3. Pile 3. Which deck should I use? Let's use this one. I also forgot the name of this deck. I'll get better with bringing it up or linking it. in the description box. So this is pile 3, January 2025 energies for the rest of January 2025. I know most people are gonna fast forward to the reading, which just, but whoever stuck and continued to listen, I appreciate it very much for hanging out. I am thinking maybe I should have done each pile individually, but I like this. We'll see how this goes. Pile 3, January 2025 energies. For pile 3. These are smaller so I can shuffle them long ways. I love it. I can't really do that with a lot of the other decks because my hands are small. 3 cards. 1, 2. 1 more, please. Too many. Too many. And 1 more card, please. January 2025. Thank you. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy is 9 of Pentacles or 9 of Earth. Pile number 3's January 2025 energies. January 2025 energies for pile. Flew off the table. I get 2 that flew off the table. I will take it. Bottom of the deck is focus. January 2025 energies for pile 3. One more, please. Thank you. Wow. Friendship. Pile number 3, January 2025 energies. One more, please. Blessed. Okay, so I'll be doing pile 1, each pile individually. So I'm gonna stop and then restart. So these are our 3 piles to choose from for January 2025 energies coming up. So pick intuitively. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Meditate, intuitively tap in, and see what calls you. This time I'm not using any crystals on top of each deck or each pile, but next time I'll be mixing it up and adding crystals. So just intuitively pick, and then I'm gonna restart on each pile, and I'll put the link for the timestamp below. See you there. Hi to everyone that picked pile number 1. We're going to be starting off with the tarot, and then we'll continue to clarify with the oracle decks. So first I'm going to lay out the tarot and the cards, and then we'll go into it. So we have Justice. If you were watching as I was shuffling out the cards, I had mentioned that Justice kept showing up even in another tarot deck that I had used for one of the other piles. How the scale of balance, scale, and also the sword of truth, number 11. Ace of Wands, and the Three of Swords. I'm going to lay out the other cards just to see the overall picture of what's going on, and then we can talk about it then. We have Thriving, Delight, to be fair, so I forgot that this is actually the one that I was mentioning, where I love when this happens, by the way, when multiple decks pretty much validate each other. Look at that. So to be fair, very much reminds me of the Justice card. Scales, balance. Time to go. Oh, sorry, let me show you that one. Time to go. This is number 38, so equal to 11, right? Justice card, 38. Sometimes certain oracle deck creators will do that. They'll connect it to a certain card in the tarot. So 38 is 11, so is the Justice card. This is number 3, and this is 45, 9. And then we have Shift, which is also a number 9. And Transformation, which is 19. 1 plus 9 is 20. 1 plus 9 is 10, so it's back to 1. So an ace is also considered the first card of each suit. So there's a lot of 1s, 9s. So just give me a second to look over your cards and feel the energy. So, as I was saying before, Justice energy is showing up strongly in your reading. So, this January 2025 can bring about karmic balancing. So, if you have been wronged or hurt, if somebody betrayed you, because we have the Three of Swords here. This is the card of heartbreak. It could be a third party situation, meaning if you are with somebody and you're in love with somebody else, or they're in love with you and you're taken, vice versa. It's a painful situation either way. It's a heart that's been stabbed 3 times. So if you have been in a situation where you have been hurt or betrayed, there's big energy here of karmic balancing. This is the sword of truth, right? What follows the Three of Swords is the Four of Swords. So once that extra sword of communication and clarification and clarity comes into the picture, the Four of Swords has to do with healing, which takes time. Some people end up retreating in order to heal, going inward. So there is, besides the scales on this oracle card, there is an owl on top of the head of this. I'm guessing Lady Justice is what they're trying to convey. So the wise owl also goes and coincides with this sword of truth. So lessons have been learned. If you have gone through this or are going through this, the clarity and the wisdom that's you've gained will help you move on, because there's a lot of energy also of shifting and transforming and new beginnings as well, because these are two cards from this deck, the Sacred Symbols deck, that also have to do with beginnings and endings, right? So in numerology, besides the master numbers, the numbers tend to go 1 through 9. The beginning, the first number is 1, and 9 is the end of a cycle. And as I said, there's multiple 9s in your reading. So you have the shift card. So you are shifting. Your energy is shifting. Your situation is shifting. Your energy is shifting to something different, and you are transforming. This is because you are being led to end a cycle and to pretty much release what you need to release. And this time to go card is a number 9. So there are some endings, just like the Three of Swords, the time to go card, the shift and transformation that is pushing you, that's happening for your best good. Because Ace of Wands, again, an ace is number 1, it's a beginning. So there is a passionate, creative new beginning, and this is handed out by the divine, right? Like I said, justice is karmic justice. It is divine justice. And the divine is handing you another opportunity. Either if it's a relationship, it's a passionate new beginning. You see this wand that's being held by this hand that's coming out of the sky, out of these clouds, but it has leaves on it that's growing. This also looks like, you know what it looks like. So that's why it could mean it's passion. And the reason why I say that there is a beautiful new beginning happening for you is because you got the thriving card and the delight card. So there is some pain that's either happening and going to leave your energy throughout January 2025, so that it may shift you into something so much more beautiful. This pain that you're feeling, the lessons that you're learning, you're being pushed to walk away from whatever doesn't serve you, for whatever is hurting you, walk away from it, because there's so much more blessings coming your way by the divine. And you don't have to worry about getting back at people, because the divine will do it for you. You know, like karmic justice is one of the things that I love to watch in real time, because people will get what they deserve. So that's why I'm saying, so pile number 1, keep doing what you're doing. Try to go within and try to figure out what you need to release. If you know what you need to release, work on it. It's not the easiest thing to do, but look at the rest of the energies that are here. You're being pushed to transform. You are transforming, but do the work. Transform. You're coming out of this place of pain and betrayal, and you are starting to thrive and focus on what you're passionate about, what delights you, what are your passions. Focus on what your passions are, and that will help you continue to shift and transform, and you'll continue to thrive. Learn your lessons, do the work. Good job, pile 1. And that is your reading. Hi, pile 2. This is your reading. So we're going to start off with the tarot cards. We're actually going to lay out all the cards, and I'm just going to take a look at the overall picture, and then we'll go from there. So we'll start with your tarot. We have the 5 of Cups, 10 of Swords, and Temperance. We have Power, Change. There's actually a lot of change and transformative energy within the collective. If you watched pile 1, there's also a lot of energy there. So there is a big change and shift happening within the collective. No place like home. Truth be told. Affluence and protection. So I'm just looking at the cards and tapping in. So one of the first things that I've noticed that came to my attention is how many times 5 appears in your reading. And 5 is the number of change. So we have the 5 of Cups here, which has to do with missing someone. There is a lack happening, meaning it's just somebody who is sad. Say if there was a breakup of sorts, it's a feeling of lacking or missing someone, and just some people end up being depressed in some way emotionally. It looks like in this particular deck, this lady is chasing after this angel. And you see 4 of these cups that are spilled and 1 standing. And the 4 of Cups, which happens before the 5 of Cups, is a card of usually a missed opportunity or apathy. So there may have been some sort of missed opportunity or a situation that didn't play out the way it was supposed to, and so it ended up in sadness. Maybe there's a little bit of chasing happening between you and a person, or a person is chasing after you and they feel like they can't get you, or there's some sort of separation of some kind. There is the 5 of Cups, as I said. This card 50 reduces down to number 5 as well. This card, Truth Be Told, is 14. It equals to 5. And then this card also, Affluence, is a number 5. So there's huge change. Not to mention, you got the card that actually says change. So January 2025, there's huge changes happening. There are huge changes happening in your life. So let's go back to the tarot. Sorry to jump around, but I have to go to what my intuition pulls me to. So the 5 thing and the change thing actually jumped out to me. So in terms of the 5 of Cups, as I said, there's a lot of sadness happening, and the 10 of Swords is a very difficult situation, since the sword suit has to do with mental, intellectual aspect. There has been a very sad and difficult situation that you are going through, or you have gone through, and you are currently healing. So Temperance is getting balance. If you see this angel, she's pouring a cup into another cup. And what I take that intuitively is taking this cup and the 5 of Cups that's been possibly rejected by this other angel that's been running away. She's pouring the cup into her own cup, which was possibly rejected. I mean, that's not for everybody, but just because I see this cup right here looks just like this cup, she's pouring it into a silver cup. So generally, Temperance has to do with healing, balancing out after a painful situation, and just it has to deal with patience and the time it takes to heal. And if you see the colors of the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Swords compared to the Temperance, these are darker, bleaker colors and energies. While Temperance, you see the rainbow here. She's in a field with, I don't know if those are lilies, but she's doing her best to heal herself. So you may be going through or have gone through a hard situation, whether it's a relationship or connection, whether there are people that are push and pull or chasing. There is healing happening. So if there was any type of situation for some of you that involved chasing after somebody that maybe rejected you, or you rejected somebody else, there's a matter of giving away your power when you chase people. It's a matter of self-worth. So this looks like, with Temperance, that the change within is happening, and there will be a taking back of your power, calling back your power that you have given away, because there is change happening and there's healing happening. And with a card, No Place Like Home, there's also like a very warm aspect of maybe staying home, going within, maybe relying on family and what's comforting during this time of healing. So some of you who are going through this healing period may be more comfortable with staying in your comfort zone and the things that are familiar. I just noticed this like shell shaped of both of these, so like cycles. This may have been a cycle that you've been going through. With Truth Be Told, this card itself always made me think of someone who drops their mask and opens their heart. So this could be a couple of things, but what two things that come to mind situation wise is somebody who is coming with the knowledge of the lessons that they have learned and their heart being blocked and broken, and just opening and working on their heart, letting the love out, no longer wearing the mask. In one other scenario would be somebody that is possibly in love with someone who was wearing a mask and never let somebody know what they were feeling. And there could be an opportunity or a chance for this person to drop their mask and just let it all come out. Or maybe this is what happened for some of you, where you let the person know how you felt and it was not reciprocated and the person ran away. It's possible for both scenarios. And then, so these cards that you got is affluence and protection. So you are protected. You are guided to heal. You are being protected and you are being encouraged to take back your power. And you are being sent blessings. So not only are you protected, but you are being blessed by the divine. Just continue your healing. Continue loving yourself. Regardless of what has happened or possibly has happened in a connection or any situation, do not let that tarnish love for you. And focus on self-love right now. Focus on going within and continue to heal. You are changing. Change is happening. You are being protected and blessings will come in. Love will come in. Love yourself and blessings will come in. The difficult times are over, or they're coming to an end. The cycle is coming to an end. And you have the power to continue. You have the power to change. You are doing it. You are healing. Good job, Pile 2. And this is your reading. Hi, Pile 3. This is your reading for January 2025 energies. I'm going to lay out the cards, the tarot and the oracle cards, and then we'll break it down. I'll take a look. I tend to, sometimes you won't hear me saying anything. It's because I'm trying to tap into the energy and see what jumps out at me intuitively. So we'll start laying out the cards. So we have the Hanged Man, number 12. We have the Three of Pentacles, or the Three of Earth. And we have the Seven of Fire, which is the Seven of Wands. We have flexibility, new beginnings. As I've said in the other piles, actually, there's a a lot of energy of change and new beginnings for January 2025, which is makes sense. It's the first year of the new year, but a lot of change and shifting happening within the collective because it's shown up in every pile so far. So I find that interesting. Speaking of new beginnings, new life. Mending. Nature spirits. And divinity. So one thing that jumped out at me was the Hanged Man is a number 12, which reduces down to a 3. And then you have 3 of Earth. So you also have the 7 of Wands or 7 of Fire. And this card of Mending is number 52, which is 7. Also, this New Life card is 39, which reduces to a 12. So 3s. This also is a 39. Wow, 39, 39. Which both reduces down to a 12, which is so there's a lot of 3s, which makes sense as to why the divinity card showed up, even though it's a number 20, which reduces down to 2. But it makes sense as to why 3 is very prevalent in your reading. 3 is a very divine number. You have the Trinity. It's a card of destiny. And when you have the card of nature, spirits, and divinity, you are being guided by the divine in this new beginning and new life that you're entering and beginning in January 2025. There's a new dawn happening for you, a new like vibrant energy, almost like an awakening out of maybe a darker time or like a more stagnant time. You feel like you're coming alive, coming awake, becoming awake. There is a call for you to be flexible with the flexibility card. And this mending card is also making you maybe focus on certain relationships or connections that need tending to or need patching up, let's say. Maybe there's a certain friendship. It doesn't even have to be romantic, but maybe there's a certain family member or friend that you have not necessarily had a falling out with, but you've lost touch. It's just life gets in the way. Life gets busy. So there is a call for you to get in touch with your loved ones and those people that you consider to be close. So the 7 of Wands this is a unicorn on it. So I'm trying to figure out how it relates to the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands tends to be a card where it's a person fending off the other 6 wands, defending their stance, right? It's just a matter of standing your ground. With the flexibility card in the mending, there may be a relationship or connection where, again, it doesn't have to be a breakup or a falling out, but maybe there was a disagreement and you are being asked to be a little more flexible. And this is a unicorn, right? Some people don't believe in unicorns. I mean, they don't believe in things that are like magical thinking. You're being called to be a little more flexible in your thinking, and maybe your beliefs need to be just open up to other people's beliefs and who they are, right? Because the Hanged Man is a card that has to do with having like an epiphany, a change in perspective. So, and the 3 of Earth or 3 of Pentacles is a card of collaboration. So I believe that you, pile number 3, are being called to be a little more flexible in order to work with other people, especially if you are coming into a new life and a new beginning. maybe it's also saying that this new beginning, this new perspective, and this new way of being more flexible, is bringing about your new beginnings in your new life. Or maybe this new life and new beginning is calling you to be a little more flexible. So the divine is very much present with you. And there's an exciting, like there's a lot of light and magic in your life, because this unicorn and these they look like dragonflies but also lightning bugs at the same time. And also reminds me of the Fool card, right? It's standing off the cliff, jumping into the new horizon, into the new life that's coming your way. So try to be a little more open-minded. If you feel like you're a little more like fixed in terms of your beliefs, you're asking there the divine is asking you to be more flexible, more open-minded, and you're going to have these wonderful new energies coming into your life. Or maybe like these new beginnings can refer to new beginnings with your relationships, and it's just this fresh energy coming in with the divine having your back, as long as you're able to stay flexible and open-minded. And that is your reading, pile number 3. It's pretty straightforward to me, I believe. Sorry, I just wanted to take a look at the Hanged Man. His eyes are closed. So maybe it's that perspective that needs to be given a chance in order for this Hanged Man to be able to see differently, see a different perspective, a different point of view. Yeah, so that's your reading, pile number 3 for January 2025. Thank you so much for spending time with me and giving me your time and energy. Thanks for hanging out. I hope it made sense, and I'm excited for you for your new beginning and your new life, and the divine's got your back. You got this, pile number 3. Bye.